All right, we're back. We are back for... God, I'm pale. We're back for the last two matches of the day. We've got Sinner Dimitrov. Winner plays Shelton. We've got Swiatek Townsend. Winner plays Samsonova, who won earlier today. So that is what we have to finish today. Let's see what happens. It's kind of weird that these matches are starting at the same time. I mean, it's very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. Back after dinner, meat pie. Why would I have a meat pie? Is that the only thing you know from Australia? Why didn't you say kangaroo? Obviously, we all eat Outback Steakhouse and Vegemite. Fish and chips. No, that's definitely not what we did. We don't eat that. Sinner and straight sets, you reckon? God, I hope it's interesting. Kind of feel like today's kind of been a bit meh. Djokovic losing the first set made it interesting, but then he kind of just got through it. We're going to have something happen today. We're going to have something happen today. Hoping for 4 sets. Yeah, I mean, at least, right? At least get something. At least have something happen. Anyways. Dimitrov's going to serve, I think. I think Dimitrov's going to serve. I think. He is. All right. I'm going to go Sinner in 4, but I'm probably thinking it's probably going to be more like straights. As Dimi serves, the backhand to Sinner. Return the forehand to Dimitrov. Sinner forehand to the back to the forehand to Dimitrov. And Sinner with the backhand. Swiatek should start in a minute as well, so get ready. As Dimitrov slice, Sinner forehand. Winner, love 15. Love 15. Love 15. But aren't kangaroos like humans? No, they're animals. They're like animals. Because they are. The match I wanted to watch all day, okay? Alright, forehand now from Sinner to the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner forehand to the forehand of Dimitrov. Again to the forehand of Sinner. Dimitrov backhand. Goes long, love 30. Oh no. Love 30. Love 30. What's the weather like? I mean, it's sunny, but it's getting to nighttime. As Dimitrov serves an ace, 15-30. All right, 15-30. Serve again. Into the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Dimitrov. Again to the forehand of Sinner. Sinner hits it out. 30-all. All. As Dimitrov serves again. 30 all. Serve again. Is an ace out wide. All right, 40-30. Dimitrov starting strong. $40-30. As a default, second serve. As a return goes into the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner backhand. Into the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner forehand cross court. Dimitrov slices it back. But it goes out. We get the deuce. Why do you think Bencic and Svitolina had no trouble getting to the top of the game in their comebacks, but no for Osaka and Emma? I mean, Bencic is not at the top yet, but and Osaka, I mean, everyone's just different, you know. Some people come back straight away and like fly up the rankings, and some people take a couple of years, a year, and they get back up slowly. It's not always the same for everybody. As Dimitrov to the back and Sinner. Oh, Sinner's gone down. Dimitrov hits the winner, and it's advantage Dimitrov. Sinner just slips over. He's all right, though. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody's hurt. It's fine. Everybody's fine. It's just getting a bit slippery out there. All right, advantage Dimitrov. Serving to the back of Sinner. Dimitrov with a half volley pickup, but Sinner's there and puts it away. And we're back to deuce. You get the deuce. As the return goes forward, Dimitrov puts it away. Advantage Dimitrov. All right, Swiatek and Towson have just hitting up at the moment. All right, serving to the forehand of Sinner. Return goes forward to Dimitrov. Sinner slice. Dimitrov volley. And it's a winner. All right. Dimitrov. First game of the match, 1-love. One zero. All right. First game. First game in the bag. All right. Love 15. Dimitrov wins the first point. There's a bit of backhand into the forehand of Sinner. Backhand down the line from Dimitrov. Sinner gets it back. Dimitrov with a half volley pickup, but Sinner's there with a backhand, but he hits it wide. And it's love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Sinner serves again. And he serves a fault, second serve. Swiatek's going to serve first against Towson, by the way. Love 30. Sinner in a little trouble. Sinner gets the point, 15-30. Serve again from Sinner. All right, double fault Sinner, 15-40. Dimitrov to get the break to start this match. Also, the wind's starting to pick up as well, so we'll see if that makes any sort of difference before the roof shuts. All right, 15-40. Dimitrov to take the early break. All right, serve. There's an ace down the tee. That's one saved. 30-40. 30-40. All right, return goes to front of Sinner. Sinner in there. There's the break. 2 love. Just waiting for that one person to come in and be like, Djokovic would kick this guy's ass. You think Djokovic is scared of this Sinner? He never loses to Sinner on grass. Sinner can't even beat Dimitrov. Who's going to say it? Come on. I know you're watching. I know somebody's in here waiting for that to be. You're waiting for it. I know you're waiting for the first set, but I know you're going to say it. I know someone's going to say it. Oh, Sinner got broken against Dimitrov. Djokovic is going to kick his ass. Triple bagel on the card. Sinner might as well retire. Who's going to say it? I know someone's waiting. There's someone lurking in the chat. I know. Chat, I've done this too many times, so I know. Watch this. If Dimitrov wins the first set, somebody's going to pop their head in, I'm sure. We're going to hear something. Anyway, Swiatek's in trouble. Love 30. Love 30. Who have I got? I got Sinner in 4. Swiatek in trouble. To start us off, love 30. Love 30 as Swiatek serves into the forehand of Towson. Return goes in the forehand of Swiatek. Towson forehand is a winner. Love 40. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not looking good for the players that are playing, that have the top 10 ranking. All right. Love 40. Love 40. Hands it a forehand from Dimitrov at 15 love, but he hits it out, 15-0. 15 all in love 40. Swiatek a chance to get the break. Sorry, Swiatek in trouble to get broken. Love 40. Swiatek serves. Into the back of the Towson. Return goes back to Swiatek on the stretch. That goes out. Towson breaks. 1 love. 1 love. 1-0. What's Barty doing right now? She's probably asleep. It's 4 in the morning in Australia. All right. Dimitrov serves. He's got the break. 2 love. 15 all as he serves a fault. Second serve. Seven to the corner. Sinner returned the backhand of Dimitrov. Sinner backhand. Dimitrov volley. Sinner pass is a lob. Goes long. 30-15. When people were calling Dimitrov baby Federer, this is what they meant. So when people 15 years ago were saying baby Federer, they were actually meaning in 15 years' time, in 2025, he will play an Italian by the name of Jannik Sinner, who will be world number 1. And he'll play him at Wimbledon in the 4th round. And baby Federer will shine. Not a moment before that, but when finally he will do it. He'll be into his 30s when he does it, and he may or may not have had a hair transplant. But that is when baby Federer will finally arrive. Is that what you mean? Allegedly had a hair transplant. Allegedly. I don't know. I've never been to Turkey. Oh, actually, I've been to Turkey. But that was for a different reason. 40-15. As Dimitrov looks to go to 3 love. The prophecy. All right. Dimitrov 3 love. Baby Federer 3 love. Baby Federer 3 love. His coach is going to get so red and burnt. It's crazy. All right. 3 love. All right. Break for Towson already. Dimmy's coach is wearing a Wimbledon badge. Because I think he got... didn't he get special treatment because he was coaching Murray, right? I'm pretty sure. All right. Towson serves the back of Swiatek. Return goes into the slice of Towson. Towson in the net. 15-30. Chance for Swiatek to get a break back. 15-30. As Towson serves. No, she doesn't. All right, 15-30. All right. Make that 15-40. As Towson serves. Into the forehand, Swiatek. Return goes in the back of the Towson. Swiatek forehand again, the back of the Towson. And Swiatek back forehand again. Goes long, 30-40. All right. Okay. All right, 30 love here, Sinner. Swiatek backhand return to the backhand slice of Towson. Swiatek forehand into the backhand of Towson. As Swiatek forehand goes, nope, Towson hit it out. We're back on serve 1-1. 1-1. Okay. One all. By the way, Towson's saying that the court is too slippery. She's saying the court's slippery. And the umpire's like, cool. That's good to hear. I'm glad that's the floor is lava. All right, 30-15. $30-15 here for Sinner as he tries to get the first game of his fourth round. All right. Love 15 here as Swiatek tries to take the lead. Swiatek with a lovely volley, 15-0 as Dimitrov hits a lovely forehand. And he takes, or tries to take, hold of this match even more. Oh, boy. All right, serve is a fault by Sinner. Second serve. Second serve in the back of Dimitrov. Return goes in the back of Sinner. Dimitrov slice. Sinner goes again in the back of Dimitrov. Sinner forehand again. Into the forehand of Dimitrov. To the back of Sinner. And Sinner puts it away. 3-1. Sinner's on the board. 3-1. All right, 3-1. Also 15-40. Swiatek in trouble again. 15-40. Swiatek serves. A fault. Second serve. As we forehand Swiatek, she shanks it. Goes long. We've had 3 breaks to start us off. 2-1 Towson. All right, 3 breaks in 3 games. All right. Dimitrov, by the way, 30-15. All right. 40-15, Dimitrov. Starting very solid. All right. 40-15 as Dimitrov serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. There's Dimitrov 40-30. No. Still 40-15. Why? What happened? No, 40-30. They just didn't update it in time. All right. 40-30. Dimitrov to go to 4-1 in the first set here. 7 to 4 to Sinner. 4 from Dimitrov. Into the 4 to Sinner as Dimitrov backhand slice. Sinner backhand. Again, the backhand Dimitrov sliced. And Sinner forehand again to the backhand slice to Dimitrov. Sinner with the backhand again. Dimitrov slice goes into the forehand to Sinner. Again to the slice Dimitrov as Sinner with a forehand cross court. Dimitrov goes down the line. Sinner with the backhand. Into the slice of Dimitrov. He comes to the net and Sinner hits a forehand winner cross court. He smelts Dimitrov walking in. Like a spider sense. He was like, I know you're coming to the net. I can't see you, but I can tell that you're there, and I'm just going to rocket cross court. Like, that was, like, he didn't even see Dimitrov move, and he's like, oh, gotcha. He knew he was there. He's got some, like, sense. Like a tingle. It's weird. All right, deuce. Is it a 4-4 rally? Backhand slice from Dimitrov into the backhand of Sinner, but Sinner hits it out. Advantage Dimitrov. Towson holds, by the way, 3-1. 3-1 Towson. She holds. All right, advantage Dimitrov to take a 4-1 lead. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Double fault. Dimmy back to deuce. Back to deuce. Big game, this one. Deuce again is with a serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. An advantage Sinner to get back on serve. And Swiatek holds 3-2 Towson with the break already. And great serve Dimmy back to deuce. All right. Dimitrov hits a forehand winner, and it's advantage Dimmy. Advantage Dimitrov. To take a 4-1 lead. He's got a 140 serve as well. That was a huge serve. All right, Dimitrov, he takes a 4-1 lead. All right. Okay. 3-2 Towson. She's got the break. 3-2. Pardon me. That was apparently 4.5 minute games on average at the moment. That's what we're dealing with. All right. As Towson gets to 15-0. Ah, 15-0. Towson serves again. As she serves again. As Dimitrov hits it to the back of Sinner in the net, love 15. And Dimi's started off really well. He's caught Sinner by surprise a little bit, it seems. All right. Double fault for Towson, 15-30. 15-30. All right, forehand now goes out by Towson, 15-40. Swiatek to get back on serve. 15-40. To get back the serve. Sinner's got 30-15, by the way. Sinner. Oh, Swiatek break, sorry. Typically welcome Sinner. All right, back on serve, 3-3. 3-all. Three. All right. Sinner 40-15 to just keep things close. And he does. 4-2 Dimitrov. Dimitrov. And Swiatek gets the 30 love. Swiatek looking for that lead. And Swiatek 30 love. Serve again. Now, while the forehand of Towson, Swiatek forehand winner. 40 love as Dimitrov comes to the net. Sinner, ooh, hit it wide. Just hit the tape and went wide. 30 love. Dimitrov hanging on to this break. 30 love. Dimitrov serves again. An ace. 40 love. As Dimitrov serves again, that's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Dimitrov. To the backhand of Sinner as Dimitrov into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner hits a wide. 5-2. Dimitrov. And Swiatek holds. 4-3. Takes the lead. All right. What's going on? What's going on? Has Federer got the most grass titles? He's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. Sabalenka should have been smoked by Serena. When? Won't be surprised if Kowali wins against Novak on Wednesday. They start at 11 a.m. in London time, means Novak is going to suffer in the sun. I mean, maybe. All right. 5-2. To Dimitrov. All right, Roger there. He's watching still. He's been there the whole time. Front and center. It's so different when Roger's there. I mean, Andy was there the other day, which was cool, but like Roger, Federer at Wimbledon, it's just like a whole different thing. Roger at Wimbledon is just like... It's like Rafa at Roland Garros. I mean, it's, you know... It just makes sense. He's the king of Wimbledon. All right, 15 love. Sinner serving to stay in the set. Served and he's an ace. 30 love. $30 love. Sinner serves a let. Sinner serves. Into the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner forehand winner. 40 love. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Sinner. Into the backhand, Dimitrov down the line's a winner. All right. That was a Federer-like return. 40-15. Sinner serves again. Dimitrov returns in the forehand of Sinner. Dimitrov hits it out. All right, Sinner holds. Dimitrov is going to serve for the set, though. Also, 4-all. Swiatek and Towson. Swiatek 15 love. Please educate the chat that Australian Open used to be on grass. Yeah, Australian Open up until 1988 was on grass. It used to be played at Kooyong, which is a totally different place to where Melbourne Park is. It's a totally different area. And they still play grass tennis at Kooyong to this day. They just don't have the centre court anymore. That centre court used to be a lot bigger, and the centre court's not grass. In fact, I played at Kooyong, but I had to go play at the on the back courts, which were not grass. They were clay courts. So I played at Kooyong. I had a lovely lunch after we won, and they invited us into the restaurant. We had to take our put our bags away in lockers. It was really fancy. But yeah, so they used to play at Kooyong on the grass up until 1988 when they moved to Melbourne Park and the stadiums with the roofs and the hard courts. They used to play the grass courts, US Open as well. The US Open used to be on grass as well until they moved on to clay, green clay. But that didn't work for 2 years, so then they went to the hard courts, and soon after Australia followed. And I still don't know whether or not the initial hard courts being green were an homage to the grass of old. I don't know. Or if they were just trying to keep it consistent and go, well, players have been playing on grass, so let's keep the courts green to make it feel grassy, even though it's like concrete. I'm not sure. But now they're all blue, so it doesn't matter because the contrast of the ball was annoying. Green was annoying. Green on green, stupid. Anyways, Dimitrov 40 love. So yeah, so that is the history of grass around the world, at least around the slams. 40 love. Swiatek holds, by the way, 5-4. Dimitrov to take the first set. This is competitive. I love it. Serving to the back of the center. Return is into the vault of Dimitrov. He puts it away, and we've got a set to Dimi. Rublev, Dimonor, Dimitrov taking the first set of Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic. Okay. All right. Dimitrov takes the first. Pretty solid as well. Got an early break and just held. All right, Swiatek's also at 5-4. All right. All right, 5 for Swiatek. She tries to take the first set. Excuse me. 15 winners and 8 errors from Dimitrov. 9 winners and 8 errors from Sinner. So Dimitrov very aggressive and it's working. A solid set from Dimitrov. Very solid set. All right, Towson serving to stay in the set. And the winner of Dimitrov versus Sinner will take on Shelton, Ben Shelton, who won earlier today. All right, Swiatek backhand into the backhand of Towson, backhand of Swiatek to the forehand of Towson. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Towson slice. Into the back of Swiatek. Towson backhand again. Goes long. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. And Sinner serving first in the second. As we serve to the forehand of Swiatek. Backing out from Towson. That's a winner. 15 all. As Dimitrov comes to the net with a half volley, but it's too short. Sinner with a... Oh, no, Sinner didn't put it away. Dimitrov volleys it. Love 15. Dimitrov was too... Sinner was too casual. Sinner way too casual. All right. Lovely volley. Love 15. All right, 30-15. Towson serves again. Serve to the forehand of Swiatek. Backhand at Towson, the back of Swiatek. As Towson backhand down the line. Swiatek forehand on the stretch. As Towson goes down the line again. Swiatek backhand cross. Towson gets it. As Swiatek backhand again. That's a great shot. Towson slices it in. And Swiatek down the line. Towson's got a forehand into the forehand of Swiatek. Again, the forehand of Towson sliced. Swiatek backhand again to the slice of Towson. And Swiatek forehand cross. Towson gets it on the stretch, but it's in the net. And it's 30-0. Also love 30. Dimitrov. Chance to get the break in the second. All right, Swiatek 2 points away from the first set. All right, Sinner serves the fault second serve. Sinner with a serve. In the back end, Dimitrov is a let. Sinner serves. Double fault. Love 40. Love 40. Chance for Dimmy to break straight away. And also 30-40. A chance for Swiatek to take the first set here. Less vlogging and songs and more training. I think Sinner is cashing in on his success and not focusing on improving his game. He said he would come back hungrier, but it doesn't transpire. Yeah, because Sinner is, Sinner is definitely so unprofessional that the song that he did when he was in, when he couldn't play because he was banned for 3 months, that's the reason why. Because he's so distracted by so many things. That's why Sinner's getting broken now. That's why. You're right. You're right. Sinner's losing because he's just not focused on tennis right now. He's so busy thinking about so many other things. Anyways, Towson survives. And we get the deuce. Yeah, Sinner's not he's not known for his professionalism or anything. Crazy. All right. Swiatek trying to take this first set. Towson just saved one of the break points. Or one of the set points, sorry. All right. As Towson forehand into the back of Swiatek. Towson backhand to the forehand of Swiatek. Into the forehand of Towson. Towson hits it out. And it's advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. Arian.
Can I listen to your commentary and watch match and mute the commentary because yours is better?
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you for the $5. And the nice words. All right. Advantage Swiatek to take the first set. Towson serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. There's the first set. Iga Swiatek. 6-4. All right. Dimitrov, 30 love. Dimitrov is playing clean. As Sinner hits it wide. 40 love. And Dimitrov's coming to the net a lot. Putting a lot of pressure on Sinner by coming to the net. 40 love. 40 love. First set, by the way, Swiatek just had more chances and served better. She did serve 5-4 false Swiatek, but still, she served. She was winning 85% of first serve points, which was way higher than her opponent. Dimitrov with an ace, 2-love in the second. 2-0 in the second. Dimitrov a set and a break. Crazy. Great start for Dimi. Okay. Back to Sinner. Towson's got the trainers out on court, by the way. So let's see what happens. All right, Sinner serves. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the back into Dimitrov. Return goes for Sinner. Dimitrov slice again. Into the back end of Sinner. To the back end of Dimitrov sliced in the net. 15-love. All right, 15-love. Towson, I think, is saying that she's sick. She feels sick. Yeah, Towson seems like she's under the weather. How worrying is it now for Sinner? Because Sinner has barely had a chance to break Dimitrov's serve yet. Yeah, look, I wouldn't be that worried about Sinner yet. Talk to me if he's down 2 sets of love, you know? We've seen it so many times this week. You know, we saw it with Alcaraz yesterday. We saw it with Djokovic today. And we're seeing it now. But like, if Sinner's down 2 sets of love, then we start talking about what is going on. But one set in a 5-set match, I mean, Sinner could win the next 3 sets in 2-2 and 4, or 4-4 and 4. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? So I'm not bothered until I'm not asking questions until Sinner's down 2 sets to love or 2 sets to 1. But it's a great start for Dimitrov, I'll tell you that. 40-love. Dimi's playing great to start this match. Super competitive, which is what we wanted. All right. Towson's getting a medical timeout for her sickness. Swiatek is asking if she can go to the bathroom. Anyways, 40-love. 7 to the back end. Dimitrov. Return goes short. Sinner hits a winner, and it's 2-1 Dimitrov in the second with a break. Sinner is in a fight. All right. Dimitrov serves better, so it seems really rough to break. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's not easy. Darren Cahill looking concerned. Yeah, a little bit. All right. First in the bag, 6-4 Swiatek, and Towson hits it out. Love 15. So 15-love. 15-love. And Swiatek serves again. The back end of Towson in the net. 30-love. Aaron.
Virat Kohli and Roger watched Novak earlier.
I saw Roger. I didn't know Virat Kohli was there. Think of the two. Cam, why didn't you say Virat Kohli was in the box today? Holy shit, relax. I didn't know he was there. I didn't see him. Never saw Kohli. See, I'm not the only one. God damn. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't see him. Yeah, it's 40-love. As the return goes into the backhand slash Swiatek. Backhand of Towson is a lob. Swiatek puts away the smash. Swiatek one love in the second. Swiatek is looking confident. There's Dimitrov in the net, 15-all. Sinner's got the fist bump going. Uh-oh. Watch out. $15-all. There's Dimitrov serves a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand Sinner. Return goes to forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner backhand on the stretch. Dimitrov with a half volley pickup. Goes wide. 15-30. Chance for Sinner to get the break back. 15-30. All right, 15-30. Dimitrov serves again. There's Dimitrov, good serve, 30-all. As Dimitrov serves. And the backhand Sinner return goes into the net. Great serve again. 40-30. 40-30. Please don't put scores in the chat. Dimitrov serves to go to 3-1. Fault. Double fault. Back, we get the deuce. The serve out wide from Dimitrov is a fault. Second serve. By the way, why are people in here talking like Sinner's finished? Like, it's so wild. It happens every match, though. It happened in the Djokovic match like 3 hours ago. He lost the first set and was like, see, he's 100 years old. He can't play tennis anymore. He might as well be sitting next to Roger in the Royal Box. And then he won. Same thing's happening here. See? Alcaraz broke Sinner at the French Open. Look at this guy. He's down a set in a break. Advantage Dimitrov. Serve as a fault, second serve. Serve again. Into the forehand of Sinner. She shanks it. It's 3-1 Dimitrov. Impressive. And I think Sinner just asked for the trainer. All right, 3-1. Yep. Umpire's on the phone. Right forearm. I can read lips sometimes. Right forearm, Jannik Sinner. All right, 3-1 Dimitrov. He's up a set and a break. Right forearm for Sinner. He said he might have hurt his wrist. Yeah, right forearm wrist. So he's going to get treatment at the next change of ends for that. All right, 3-1 for Dimitrov. He's up a set and a break. As Dimitrov makes the error. 15 love Sinner. $15 love. Sinner serves again. Down the tee, the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner forehand cross court. It's too good. 30 love. Love. Sinner needs help. Sinner don't retire. I don't think he'll retire. I would be shocked if he retired. All right. 30 love. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault for 30-15. As Sinner serves again. Seven to the backhand. Dimitrov slicing the net. 40-15. $40-15. Sinner serves a fault second serve. Swiatek holds, by the way, and she leads 2-1 in the second. All right, Sinner serves. Into the backhand, Dimitrov. Return goes the backhand slice of Sinner. Dimitrov forehand. Straight to Sinner's backhand, who hits a winner down the line. 3-2 Dimitrov with a set and a break, but Sinner is on the is sticking around. But he is also now serving, now getting a medical timeout on his arm. So Sinner has a bad forearm. He's saying that when he hits the ball and tenses, it hurts. It's elbow, apparently. Maybe it's elbow. Yeah, he did fall on his elbow at the very start of the match. He did land on his elbow, and he did kind of rub it a little bit. I thought maybe it's because he scratched it up, but remember how he slipped over in the first game? Like the first couple of games? He did land. In the very first game, he fell over, and he sort of like landed on his right arm. They're replaying it now. Yeah, he slipped over, and then he went to put his hand down, and he kind of like landed on his elbow. It was an awkward fall, and then he kind of just rubbed it off. That was in the very first game of the match. He did that. Now, I want to know what his serve speeds are like, because that might give us an indication on how bad it is. Is he serving slower than the last match? That's what I want to know. That is what I would like to know. How fast is he serving? All right, so let me have a look. So his serve stats for the day. And remember, the other day he played. We're gonna get another match where he played at night too. So when did he play this late in the day the other day? Did he play this late in the day the other day? Can't remember. He's getting a medical timeout in the elbow. He played first thing in the morning the other day. Okay, so when he played Vukic, he played late afternoon. So let me have a look at what that match was. Against Vukic. If I can find it. Wimbledon aren't going to give me that, are they? They're not going to give me that. Oh, no, they are. So against Vukic, his serve speeds were... His serve speeds were he was averaging about 119 miles an hour serves. Fastest serve was 139. He has been serving slightly less, slightly slower at a 115 miles an hour. So 4 miles an hour slower. So he has been serving slower today. He's getting the treatment on the arm. So he's serving slightly slower, but again, yeah, so he was serving first serve speed average in the same time on the second round, it was 200 kilometers an hour first serve. He's 197, so not terribly slow. Second serve is slower. Average serve is slower. So I don't know if we can read too much into that, to be honest. I don't know if we can read into that. He is slower, but slightly slower serving. Slightly slower. By about 5-10 kilometers. Or 5 miles. All right, Sinner's back on court. And Dimitrov serves an ace. Dimitrov, though, despite Sinner being sore, Dimitrov's playing amazing. Like, he deserves this lead, the way that he's been playing. Swiatek, by the way, has got break points. As she hits a forehand lob, and Towson lets it bounce. It goes out. 30-40. Dimi serves in the forehand to Sinner. Backhand from Dimitrov slice. Sinner back a forehand is wide, and it's 30-love. All right, 30-love. Swiatek with the break point, though. 30-40. By the way, first time 3 Italian men have made the 4th round of Wimbledon in the same year. All right. Towson serves a fault, second serve. All right, 30-40. Towson trying to get the break. Swiatek trying to get the break. As we get a backhand return for Swiatek, the backhand of Towson. Swiatek forehand into the volley of Towson. Swiatek puts up a lob. Towson with a smash. Swiatek's back in the rally. As Towson forehand down the line. Swiatek backhand pass is a winner. Swiatek dominating her match. All right, Sinner, by the way, just gave a bit of a shrug after missing that shot. Dimitrov comes in with a slice. Sinner with a pass in the net. All right, and Sinner straight away puts the racket in the left hand, so you know that his elbow is not feeling great. Sinner is in trouble. On the scoreboard, but also physically. 4-2, Sinner is in a battle. All right. Swiatek with a set and a break. Dimitrov with a set and a break. Sinner serves. The forehand to Dimitrov. Return goes forward to Sinner. Dimitrov backhand pass. Sinner with a drop volley. Too good. 15-love. All right. Lovely volley by Sinner. 15-love. So to the back in Dimitrov. Dimitrov in the net. 30-love Sinner. As we get a volley from Swiatek. Towson in the net. 15-all. Alright, 30-love Sinner as he serves. Into the back in Dimitrov. Return goes in the forehand Sinner. Dimitrov passing shot in the net. 40-love. Love. Sinner serves again. So to the back into Dimitrov, back into Sinner. To the slice Dimitrov. Sinner slice. Again to the slice Dimitrov. Sinner backhand down the line. Too good. All right. Sinner holds. Dimitrov, though, has a set and a break. Swiatek also has a set and a break. All right. Arian.
Come this goat.
Thank you for the $2 and nice words. Appreciate it. 0.
Is there a time limit on injury? Come. Congrats, 250 fork.
Thank you. There is. I think it's like 5 minutes. You get like an assessment, I think, for like a minute or two. And then there's like an official timeout, I think it's either 3 or 5 minutes. Swiatek 4-1, by the way. She is cruising. 3 minutes, yeah, but you do get an assessment. So there's like a minute or two for the doctor to see what's wrong, and then it's a medical timeout from when they figure it out, and then it's a medical timeout. So that's why sometimes I feel like they're 5, 6, 7 minutes, because it takes them a while to figure out what the injury is, right? They're trying to figure out, okay, is it the back? Is it your legs? They're trying to. That's why they do all the stretches and stuff. And then they do the official timeout when they know what's wrong. So they can do the treatment of what's wrong, right? That's why sometimes it takes longer than others. All right. Swiatek with a 4-1 lead in the second. And Sinner, he's down a set and a break as Dimitrov hits a massive serve out wide. 15 love. Serve again, Dimitrov. Sinner returns it long, and it's 30 love. Serve again, Dimitrov. Into the forehand to Sinner. Return goes back into Dimitrov. Sinner backhand. Dimitrov with the volley in the net. Ooh. That would have been a great shot. 30-15. Also love 15. Swiatek running away with this match now. As Dimitrov 4 under the back and Sinner slice. Dimitrov comes in with an easy volley winner. 40-15. As Towson slice. Swiatek comes in. Towson backhand pass in the net. Love 30. Love 30. Swiatek. Love 30. Love 30. As Towson serves again. Another fault. Second serve is Dimitrov gets a 5-3. Sinner overhits it. Sinner's going to have to do what he did in the Australian Open final. All right. Last year. 400 backhand, 400 rally. Swiatek down the line to the slice of Towson. Swiatek comes down with the slice. Towson pass. Swiatek volley. Goes wide. Ooh, just goes wide. All right, 15, 30. First point Swiatek's lost at the net today. All right, Sinner serving to stay in the second set. And he serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the backhand Dimitrov. Sinner backhand. Into the volley. Dimitrov goes wide. That's 15 love. As Towson double. Nope. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand Swiatek, backhand of Towson. And Swiatek backhand again, the back of Towson. Into the backhand of Swiatek, Towson forehand cross. Swiatek's got it with the forehand as Towson puts up a lob. Bounce smash Swiatek. Puts away the winner. All right, 15-40. Swiatek for the double break. And to serve for the match. Made the Wimbledon quarterfinals without breaking a sweat. Swiatek in the last two matches have been very impressive. All right, Towson serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Swiatek. Great return. There it is. 5-1. 5-1 Swiatek. To take double break and serve the match to play against Samsonova in the quarterfinals in a couple of days. We've got Andreeva taking on Bencic. We've got Sabalenka versus Sigamund. We've got Anisimova taking on Pavlyuchenkova. Wait, is it that? Hang on, wait. Sinner holds. Yeah. And then Swiatek, Samsonova. And then on the men's side, of course, the winner of this will take on the player named Ben Shelton. We've got the other quarterfinals all set. Fritz versus Hashanov, Norrie versus Alcaraz, and Koboli versus Djokovic. All right, Sinner. He is in a big hole. And Darren Cahill is leaving. Or tying a shoe. Or finding a... Oh, no. He's found some medication. Anyways, 15-love. Swiatek serve for the match. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Swiatek, sliced. To the backhand of Towson. The forehand from Swiatek goes down the line. Towson gets it. Swiatek forehand again. The forehand of Towson. Into the forehand of Swiatek as Towson forehand again. Swiatek goes down the line. That's a great shot. Towson slices it back. Swiatek backhand down the line. Towson puts up a lob. But it goes out. 30-love. 30-love. Two points away, Swiatek. She knows that Jannik Sinner is losing, so she knows she wants to go watch that match, I think. Like the rest of the world, we all are wondering what the hell's going on with Sinner. How is this going to play out? And Swiatek gets a 40-love. Match points for Iga Swiatek to dominate the player that beat Raducanu and did her a real favor. There's Dimitrov, 15-love. Swiatek serves. Into the back of the Towson. Return goes out. And Swiatek's in the quarters. Iga Swiatek, all of a sudden, is a real chance of winning Wimbledon. Where did this come from? Towson's not 100%. Swiatek's asking the question. By the way, Towson is very tall, or Swiatek is not as tall as she seems. Swiatek's asking, they're saying that she should be, hopefully you're all right. Towson didn't look 100%. She got a medical timeout. She was sick. Flu. So that seemed to be a bit of an issue. All right, chat, we're going to merge the streams real quick because, boy, oh boy, we have a match and we got some crazy shit going on at the moment. So come on over and watch the rest of this Dimitrov Sinner match if you want to. If you don't want to, I'll see you later. But Swiatek wins 4-1 and she is into the quarterfinals of Wimbledon. We'll watch her in a couple of days. All right, chat, 30-15. Dimitrov's about to go 2-1. Dimitrov is about to do what we didn't think was possible. At least not today. I don't think anyone thought this was going to happen. Sinner returns and, Dimi in the net. 30-all. 30-all. Dimitrov looking to take that 2 sets lead. 30-all. As we default, second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner with the forehand. No, Dimitrov hit it out. And Sinner throws the fist. All right. Here is the shot for Sinner to get back in this match. Here we go. Jannik Sinner with a chance to get back on serve in this second set. There's a bit of fault from Dimitrov. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return goes into the forehand of Dimitrov on the stretch. Sinner. Forehand cross court. Dimitrov goes again to the backhand of Sinner. Who goes in the open court for a winner. Jannik Sinner with a big shout. Who said he was a robot with no emotion? The most emotion you'll ever see from Jannik Sinner. It's serious. I'm scared. I would be scared if I was you, Chad. I'm scared. Jannik Sinner roars. If he yells and screams, you know something's going on. 5-5. Scary Sinner. Scary Sinner, that one. All right. Sinner serves. We're back. He serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Sinner. But Sinner hits it wide. All right. Love 15. Love 15. Sinner serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand slice of Dimitrov. Return goes back to Sinner. Dimitrov forehand into the forehand of Sinner. Again to the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner. Forehand down the line. Dimi's there with a slice. And Sinner backhand. Again to the backhand of Dimitrov. Into the backhand of Sinner. Dimitrov. Forehand again to the backhand of Sinner. Into the forehand of Dimitrov. Sinner with a forehand passing shot. Dimitrov volley. Falls down and hits a winner. Oh, Dimi's hurt his leg. Oh no. Is he alright? Uh-oh. Dimi's done something. He's okay. Dimi went down and took a while to get up. Love 30. I think he started, maybe it was cramp. I don't know. That was weird. Something weird. I don't know what happened. He fell and he went for the volley and his leg went like this. Maybe just a bit of a muscle twist. He's all right though. All right. Love 30. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in from Dimitrov. 4.5% on the net. Love 40. All right. Dimi to get back the lead and then serve a 2 sets to love lead. All right. Here we go. Love 40. Sinner serves. Into the backhand. Dimitrov hits it out. One save. 15-40. 15-40. 15-40. 15-40. 15-40. Still break point for Dimitrov. Serve to the backhand of Dimitrov. Return goes into the forehand to Sinner, but Sinner in the ground! All right, Dimitrov gets that break. 6-5. Sinner is in trouble again. All right, 6-5. Dimitrov breaks. Ooh. After this set, by the way, I'm sure they're going to close the roof. I'm sure they'll close the roof after this set. What a weird service game. Yeah, I know, right? So just showing the return from Dimitrov. Great slice backhand deep. And just kind of got Sinner in the feet. And Sinner just couldn't get his feet in position. I'll tell you what, Dimitrov's coaches are loving this. Do I think Sinner will retire? Hell no. That'd be wild. Crazy scenes, chat. All right, Dimitrov's got a second chance to win the second set. Can he take a 2-sets-to-love lead? Yeah, the coaches are thrilled. They're losing their minds. All right, Dimitrov to take a 2-sets-to-love lead. Second chance of trying to do this. He serves. A let. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return goes in front of Dimitrov. Sinner forehand goes wide. 15-love. 15-love. Serve again. Please don't put scores in the chat. It's really annoying. As Dimitrov serves an ace out wide. Whew. All right. 30-love. Love. As Dimitrov serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Sinner. Return goes back into Dimitrov. Sinner forehand. Into the backhand slice, Dimitrov. Sinner backhand again as Dimitrov slices it down the line, but it's going to go long. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. As that goes off the tape from Sinner, it's lucky. 30-all. All right, little hope for Sinner. All right, 30-all. Dimitrov serves. By the way, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. As with a serve into the net from Dimitrov. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return is out. Set point Dimitrov for a 2-sets-to-love lead against the world number 1 Jannik Sinner. And Chad, I got some stats. You know I got stats. I got some stats for you. A very, very impressive stat, too, if you're a Dimitrov fan. You'll want to stick around for that if he can win this point. 40-30. Serve is a fault. Jeez, that was close. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand Sinner return. Goes to the back of Dimitrov. In the net, though. Deuce. Deuce. Dimitrov looks so nervous. Oh, Chad, I didn't want to do this, but I have to do this now because people are ruining it. All right, deuce. Too many people are ruining it. Or trying to ruin it. Or making up rumors. Anyways, deuce. As Dimitrov serves. An ace out wide. All right. Advantage Dimitrov for a 2-set-to-love lead against Jannik Sinner, the world number 1. Advantage Dimitrov. Dimi serves. Into the forehand Sinner. Return goes into the forehand Dimitrov. Sinner forehand. Cross court. Dimi's got it. As Sinner. Forehand on the line. Dimitrov slice is going out. We're back to deuce. We get back to deuce. By the way, if you are not a member, but you still want to talk, you can go over on Twitch. It's a secret little hack. Feel free to go over on Twitch. I can read your messages. It's just that right now we've got to be... People are just ruining the chat for putting the spamming results. So jump over on Twitch if you want to talk still, if you're not a member. That's a secret little... Because I can see the chats from Twitch as well on the screen. So go over there if you want to talk, as long as you don't ruin the scores. As that goes out by Sinner on the return. And it's advantage Dimitrov, third set point for a 2-set-to-love lead against the best player on the planet. All right, advantage Dimitrov. Advantage Dimitrov. He serves again. A fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return goes backhand slice Dimitrov. Sinner with a forehand. Into the backhand Dimitrov. Sinner. Backhand down the line. Dimitrov gets on the stretch. As Sinner. Forehand in the middle. Dimitrov forehand inside out. Sinner's got it with the backhand. And it's going to go wide. And Dimi has a 2-set-to-love lead. What are we watching? Grigor Dimitrov is up 2-sets-to-love against Jannik Sinner, the world number 1. In the 4th round of Wimbledon, winner plays Shelton. What? Now, I know what you're all asking me. Cam, when does Sinner come back from 2-sets-to-love down? Well, he's done it twice. Both at the Australian Open. Once against Vucevic in 2023, and the other was in the final of last year's Australian Open when he came back from 2-sets-to-love down against Medvedev to win. He's been down 2-sets-to-love only once at Wimbledon. It was against Djokovic in 23, and he lost in straights. But that was Djokovic. This is Dimitrov. He's only ever been beaten a few times by guys like Nadal, Zverev, Tsitsipas, Djokovic, after losing the first set. So he doesn't really lose the first 2 sets and lose the match very often. I mean, he doesn't really go down 2-sets-to-love ever. Vucevic has done it twice. Medvedev's done it once, got him in this position once. So has Wawrinka. So Dimitrov joins a pretty big club. Now, on the other hand, how many times has Dimitrov lost from this winning position? And the answer to that is 1. Dimitrov has only ever lost 1 match from 2-sets-to-love up. Now, luckily for Sinner, that was at Wimbledon. It was in 2019. Mute came back from 2-sets-to-love down and beat Dimitrov in the first round of Wimbledon 2019. But the record for Dimitrov is 77 wins and 1 loss when he goes up 2-sets-to-love. 77 wins and 1 loss. The last time he went up 2 sets to love and went to 5 was actually against Rublev at this US Open last year. He was up 2 sets to love. He lost the next 2 and then he won the 5th. So he does get pushed, but only one man has ever beaten Dimitrov. And Dimitrov is not, he's not young. He's not like, a 20-year-old that's just getting started. He is a veteran. He has played a lot of tennis. A lot of Grand Slams. He's done a lot. And only one man has beaten him in this position before. So can Jannik Sinner do it? Roof is getting shut. I wonder if that makes a difference. I don't know. The roof is being shut, though, as predicted earlier in the day, earlier in the match. All right. Now, what's going on? How we doing? By the way, I can see you if you want to go over on Twitch and write. I can see you on Twitch. If you're a member, I can see you. If you're not a member, you can go over on Twitch and I can see your text over there. Hey, Colin, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome back. 77-1 is insane. I know, right? 77-1 is insane. It is insane. Do you think Sinner will win this? I think Sinner will fight back. I don't know if he'll win. It depends on how bad that elbow is, but I think Sinner will fight back. And I think Sinner will push this to the end. I don't know if he'll win, though, but I think he will make this. I would be shocked if he lost in straights. Can you respond to my question? What was your question? Sinner is hurt. Mention that. He is definitely hurt. Sinner is hurt. He hurt his elbow in the first game of the match, literally. He slipped and hurt his elbow in the first game of the match. Like, literally in the first game. Pretty new to tennis. What are the benefits of a slice? Ball stays low. When you hit a slice backhand, the ball stays low, which means it's harder to hit the ball for the opponent to hit the ball up without it going off the frame. That's one benefit. Sinner losing is probably the suitable scenario for Nole winning Wimbledon. Okay. I'll tell you what, if Sinner doesn't make it past this match, I want Shelton Djokovic. I want that match so bad. I want Shelton Djokovic I want the rematch at Wimbledon semis. Come on now. Come on. Are you serious? Shelton versus Djokovic rematch? Come on. Hanging up the red telephone? Come on now. Ming, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Welcome. Yeah, Shelton Djokovic. I didn't think that was going to be. I was excited. I'm excited for Shelton Sinner. I still think that could be a thing. But if we don't get that, I wouldn't mind a Djokovic Shelton rematch, especially the way Shelton's been playing. Very happy to see Dimmy play so beautifully. Dimmy may have rolled his ankle too. Really? Yeah, he did. He did sort of like do a little bit of a something happened. But not as bad. The Sinner elbow is definitely worse than the Dimitrov injury. Darren,
Cam, I placed a bet on Dimitri to win. Anyone I bet on jinxes them and they lose. Don't worry, Sinner will come back and win.
Well, at least you're honest. Thank you for the 5. They're just closing the roof because it is dark. Hey, awesome. Thank you for the donation as well. Appreciate the super sticker. Appreciate that. You did call Shelton beating Djokovic before he retires? Did I? Now, Chad, if this does keep going the way it's going, I wouldn't mind a trilogy with Djokovic Alcaraz. I feel like that would be such a monumental, even though it's not the same trilogy as like a 1-1 going to a third match, but a Wimbledon trilogy, it would. Now, Becker and Edberg did that, right? They played 3 Wimbledons back to back to back, but I think it was the same situation where one of them already won 2, right? I feel like the Becker-Edberg trilogy was in the same situation, right? I'm pretty sure. Becker won the first 2 and then Edberg won the third or something like that. So it wasn't a proper trilogy where it was like, a deciding third. I don't think it was, unless it was, and I'm just confused. 1990, 1988, and 89, and 19... Oh, actually, no, sorry, I lied. So they played 3 finals, and it was a proper trilogy. 88, Edberg won. 89, Boris won. And then 1990, it was Edberg winning in a 5-setter. That is a perfect trilogy. That is the perfect trilogy. We're not going to get that if Djokovic versus Alcaraz, but still, it would be really interesting to see them play a 3rd straight final. So I wouldn't mind that either, And I think Djokovic in 2025 is going to have a much better chance than 2024 because Alcaraz hasn't played as well as he was last year, and Djokovic is healthy. So that would be a much more competitive matchup, I think, than last year. Hey, thank you, Brett, for becoming a member. Thank you, Bad Boy Gaming, for becoming a member as well. And thank you, Matthew, for coming back. Djokovic fans stand 25th slam incoming. I mean, yeah, if Sinner gets out of the way, Djokovic's chances are very, very good. Cynthia, Andrew, hey, thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you. Oh, Elaine. Elaine, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate it. All right, we're just waiting for the players to come back on court. They closed the roof. And Sinner is going to start some sort of a comeback. He's only come back twice from this position. And as I mentioned, Dimitrov, 77 wins, 1 loss when he goes up 2 sets to love. The only time was against Mute, but the only time was here. So Sinner has that to hopefully... he won't know any of these stats, but hopefully to draw on, Sinner will know that. Sinner still plus 100 down 2 sets to love is wild. That is wild. Sheldon Djokovic followed by Alcaraz Djokovic. Delicious. That would be pretty cool. All right, players are back. They're going to warm up because they had a bit of a delay with the roof. And then we're going to get this 3rd set started. But here we go. What a situation we've got here. What a situation. Jannik Sinner is down 2 sets to love for the first time, mind you, for the first time since the Australian Open final last year. It's been 18 months since Sinner's been in a 2 sets to love a down position. So it's been a while. It's been a while since Sinner's had to come back from, had to even face 2 sets 0-2. Let's see how he deals with it, especially when he's got this issue. Now, if you're just joining us, Sinner fell over in literally the first game of the match. He slipped. He landed on his arm, his right arm, and his elbow took the force. So he has some elbow, and he's still shaking it out. He has some elbow discomfort. He's had it since the start of the match. Now, is that why he's losing? Not 100%, but it is part of the reason. But also, Dimitrov's playing amazing. Dimitrov's come out here and played so solid. He's served well. He's come to the net. He's been such a bully. So much. He's smothered Sinner at the net. So, yes, Sinner is not 100%, or he wasn't in the first 2 sets, and he's still struggling with something with the elbow. But Dimitrov earned those 2 sets. He won those 2 sets off his racket and his gameplay. But can he win one more? Because it doesn't count if you win 2 and you just lose the other 3. You don't get prizes for losing in 5. You just get a lot of regret, I guess. Hey, Coach Steph, thank you for the 23 months. Holy shit, that's almost 2 years. Thank you for the 23 months. Nadal versus Federer was a classic trilogy. Oh, yeah. Well, that would be like this trilogy, right? I mean, 2 sets to 1. I wonder how many times, Chad, have we had? And I know we're getting way ahead of ourselves because we haven't even gotten to the quarterfinals yet. And there's a lot of players still left in the draw, and but we can always dream. We can always get a little excited, and just why not? What do you hate fun? So, how many times have we had 3 trilogy of the same finalists? Let me have a look. So we had back-to-back finals with Stolly Emerson, but that was only 2 finals, and then you had Borg Connors twice in a row. You had Borg and Mac twice, and then the third one was Connors Mac. So almost a trilogy. You had Lendl Becker. You had the Edberg Becker trilogy in the late 80s. That's a perfect trilogy. You had Sampras. Did Sampras play anyone twice? No. Sampras played Goran twice, but not in a row. And then you had Roger Rafa. You had Andy Roger play twice in a row. But yeah, Roger Rafa was 06, 07, 08. The trilogy, but it was sort of a skewed trilogy. Murray Djokovic, Federer was twice in a row. So yeah, so Alcaraz Djokovic would be a very interesting. It would be so what? Only the third time in the history of the Open era that we've had that would have the same finalists playing in the 3 tournaments in a row if Djokovic and Alcaraz make the final. So that would be pretty intense. So it'd be the third time in the Open era and the first time since the classic Fadal trilogy, you know? And the Alcaraz Djokovic match, I mean, especially coming into this one with Djokovic losing the last 2 would be very, very interesting. With Alcaraz coming in on like a 25 match win streak. I mean, it would be, I kind of love it. I want Sinner to come back and win because I want to see Shelton Sinner as well, but you can't have everything, can you? But I don't know. Hey, Watchdog, thank you for the donation. But I kind of would love to see Djokovic coming in, especially if they're healthy. Love to see Djokovic coming in healthy this time, taking on Alcaraz, who's on a massive win streak. I mean, sets it up nicely for Nole to get to 25. You know, like feels like it could be one for the ages. I mean, 2008 was the greatest match of all time, arguably. So it could set it up for that. Anyways, Dimitrov, can he finish this job? Because Jannik Sinner, I'm sure, is not going to go down without some sort of a fight. 30 love. Hey, Patagonia, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. 30 love. Serve as a fault, second serve. You're painting a beautiful picture. I'm trying. 30 love. By the way, if you are watching over on Twitch, again, if you're not a member, you can always go over to Twitch. I do see the chats over on Twitch, so if you are not a member, jump over on Twitch and I can read your chats. We just have to. We might. I don't know. The members chat's still going off, so we'll see what's up. Volley from Dimitrov, too good. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. As we just go to serve again. As the return goes to forehand of Sinner, backhand of Dimitrov. Into the forehand of Sinner as Dimitrov slice. Again, the forehand of Sinner. Dimitrov on the stretch, goes down the line. Sinner backhand in the net, and it's 30-all. Uh-oh. I tried joining Twitch chat. Now to chat with you over there, but they are not sending me a verification. Okay. Well, I can't help you. All right. 30-all. Trouble for Sinner. 30-all. Sinner serves the fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Sinner, slice from Dimitrov as he hits a slice in the net eventually, Dimmy, and it's at 40-30 Sinner. Hobbs.
At my neighborhood liquor store, the ATM malfunctioned and gave me $600 extra. I gave it back.
That's nice. What'd you buy? Thank you for the $12. 40-30. 40-30. As we return from Dimitrov into the forehand of Sinner. Dimitrov forehand. Again, the forehand of Sinner. Dimitrov forehand inside out. Sinner backhand gets it into the forehand of Dimitrov. Backhand Sinner again sliced. And Dimitrov Forehand in the net. 1-love Sinner in the third. 1-0 Sinner. Comeback might have started now. Hey, Casper, thank you for becoming a member for 8 months. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 8 months. All right. Here we go. Sinner takes the lead in the third. In the third. All right. Again, if you're ever on Twitch, I can see you. Hello. Hi, Twitch. I can see you. All right. Back to Dimmy. As he said, the back in center, Dimitrov watches the ball go out. 15-love. Dimitrov serves again. Return goes to forehand to Dimitrov. Forehand from Sinner. Goes long. 30-love. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the back of the center. Front of Dimitrov. Goes in. 40-love. 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 To level this third set. Serving the forehand Sinner. Volley from Dimitrov. Sinner with a backhand slice. Dimitrov with a... Oh, no. He let it bounce. He hits a backhand down the line, but it's in the net. He was going for the smash, but it did not... He wasn't ready for it. All right. 40-15. Dimitrov serves. A fault. Second serve. Can you imagine Sinner losing in the fourth round? In straight sets? No. In general? I mean, Dimitrov's not nobody, though. That's, and on a grass court, I mean, he made a name for himself as baby fed on the grass, I mean, that's where we're at. Like, part of the baby fed law was because he did well at Wimbledon in 2014. Like, that's part of the baby federerness. He made the semis of Wimbledon 2014, and baby Fed was born because he looked like he hit the ball like Federer. He beat Murray in the quarters, and that was the baby Federer birth. Oh, baby Federer, that sounds gross. Let's never say that again. 40-30. Serve. Into the forehand Sinner. Return goes back into Dimitrov. Sliced into the forehand Sinner. Dimitrov backhand. Into the backhand of Sinner. Again to the backhand of Dimitrov. Sinner backhand. Down the line. Dimitrov forehand on the stretch. Goes in the net. And we're a deuce. You did say that you did not expect Dimitrov to be competitive. No, I said I hoped he would be competitive. I didn't think he'd win. I thought he'd win a set, but I didn't think he'd win two. But I also didn't think Sinner was going to slip over in the first game of the match and hurt his elbow. Hey, Joey. Thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Yeah. I hoped he was competitive, though. I hope he was competitive. And I hope that and he's been more than that. I mean, we know that. Sinner falls over and that hurts his elbow again. Sinner lands again and he just shakes the elbow. That is not good. That elbow is getting worse. Advantage Dimitrov. Sinner went down again and he just kind of... Again, put his hand down, and as soon as he did, he went, whoop. That elbow is not good. Advantage Dimmy. Serving the forehand to Sinner, return goes in the net. And yeah, Sinner is not holding the racket in his right arm. Every time he finishes the shot, he's like, nope, I'm not holding this racket. Even the Dimitrov camp are talking about the elbow. They're like, he's not feeling good. All right, 1-1. Sinner's elbow is a problem. And chat, I don't want to... We don't even know if he's going to win this match. But if Sinner does win this match, he might not play the next one. I mean, if it's bad, I mean, imagine trying to return Shelton's serve with a bad elbow. No chance. I think at this point, we probably want to see Dimitrov Shelton more, because if Sinner's not 100% and he comes back to win this, it's going to be a lot of effort on the elbow, and who knows if he's going to be good in 2 days. As that goes in the net from Dimmy, it's 15-love. Do we want to see an injured Sinner play the next match and possibly, or maybe walk over? I mean, I'd rather see a match than a walkover. We had a walkover last year, remember? With Demonor having to pull out because of the injury at the quarters. So I'd rather see a healthy 2 players play than a walkover. Yeah. Backhand to backhand rally. It's been a slice in the line from Dimitrov. Sinner forehand to the backhand of Dimmy. Sinner backhand to the backhand of Dimitrov, sliced into the forehand of Sinner. Dimitrov down the line is Sinner backhand cross. Dimitrov slices it in the net. It's 30-love. 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 By the way, shout out to everyone watching over on Twitch. Appreciate it. Thinking we might bring back the Twitch things. That I'm going to try and figure out how to make it work so that you can go over on Twitch and use channel points to mess with the stream. I got to figure out how to do it though, because it broke when I changed computers. I'm going to try and fix it. 40-love. So follow us on Twitch so you can earn channel points to then use them for animations on the stream. Hey, Alan, thank you for becoming a member as well. Appreciate it. All right, 40-love. So there's Twitch. Jump over on Twitch. We're trying to get to 1 million subscribers, followers on Twitch. Jump over on Twitch. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. I see you. Hello. Hi. All right, forehand now from Sinner on the stretch. Dimitrov gets it with a slice. Sinner forehand again to the forehand of Dimitrov. He hits it in the net, and it's 2-1 Sinner in the fourth. Third. It's the third. It's the third set. All right. We're trying to get to 5,000 followers over on Twitch. We're almost there. So follow us over there. Dimitrov has achieved more than those players, though. What players? What, Shelton and others? Not to downplay what a legend. What? If Sinner's winning this, it won't be today. No, I got 2 hours. 2 hours to, we've got 2 hours to play. Oh, no, sorry, 3 hours. Wait. Yeah, 3. What is the time? Is it 8:45? Okay, well, 2 and a bit hours. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Right? So it's, if we go to a fifth, it might not get done. Maybe a 5-setter doesn't get complete, but and then they come back tomorrow. But yeah, English cricketers are back. They definitely had a few beers. You can tell they're just like smirking. They had a few. Anyways, 2-1. All right. Dimitrov serves again. 2-1. He's got a 2-6-love lead against the best player on the planet. There's a bit of slice from Sinner on the stretch. Dimitrov drop shot. Sinner's got it. And then Dimitrov volleys it away, though. Great hands again at the net. And it's 15-love. Yeah, we've got 2 hours and 10 minutes till curfew. So they've got 2 hours and 10 minutes to finish off 3 sets. We've already played 2 hours for this long, so it would be borderline. I wonder if they would start the 5th if it went till 5. I guess it depends on what time it is, right? If it's 10:15, would they start a 5th set? I don't know. Slice goes into the forehand of Dimitrov. Backhand out from Sinner is in the net. 30-love. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they would start a 5th set if we did go 5. So it's 2 hours already, right? Just played. For 2 sets and a bit. Let's say we play let's say this set goes for another 30 minutes, so it's 9:20. I think if they start the 5th set before 10 o'clock, they would play it. If it's after 10, they might not. They might not risk it. Because remember with Fritz, it was 1:15. I mean, they were playing quick too. It was 10:15 and they said no. And these guys are not playing as quick as Pirikar Fritz. So I think if it's after 10 o'clock, I'm going to say they're not going to risk it. And they'd probably come back and do the 5th tomorrow. But we're so far away from that. And Dimitrov might get this done in straight. So here we go. Volley from Dimi goes long, 40-15. Well, we might not even need the 5th set here. Hey, Lice, thank you for thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Thank you, Lil, as well, for becoming a member. 40-15. Dimitrov to level the 3rd. Serve to the forehand. Sinner's an ace. Oh, Dimmy just hurt his... Oh, no. Dimmy's hurt his shoulder. Dimitrov just hurt his shoulder. Like his pec. Oh. He's down as well. He just pulled his pec muscle. He's in a lot of pain. Sinner's going to go check on him. I think he might have just ripped his pec. He's down. He is not moving. He's like just sitting there. This is bad. This is bad. This is terrible for Dimitrov. He can't. He's just sitting there with 2 trainers and Sinner next to him. I don't know if he can get up. He's just grabbed under here. He's grabbed his pec. How's he going to do anything if his pec's stuffed? That came out. That is so random. Dimitrov's on his feet, but Dimitrov is looking so sore. This is not cramp. This could be bad. Sinner's giving the racket back. Trainers are on the court. This is bad for Dimmy. Holy hell. What a weird match. They're just testing it out. He's testing out some breathing. Hopefully it's all right. He's doing so well too. This would be so shit. Came out. No, he literally just served and then he just went, oh shit. Like out of nowhere. Like exactly. Like out of nowhere. It looked like he dislocated his shoulder. It did, didn't he? Federer looks so shocked. Federer's like, what the hell is going on? He just literally just hit a serve and then went, ow. He seems to be okay, though. He seems to be stretching it. Ooh. The trainer grabbed his shoulder. He's like, get off. Ow. That looks... I don't like... This is not good. This is not good. This would... By the way, Dimitrov, if not just in this position, but Dimitrov in the last 2 slams has had to retire. From Wimbledon, from the Australian Open and the French Open this year, he's had to retire injured from both of those tournaments. And this would be the worst of all because he's winning. He's crying. He's devastated. I think they're saying to him, if you play, you're going to make it worse. Is he just going to hit underarm serves? I mean, is that what you do? Can he even hit the ball? I tell you, if I'm Dimmy and if they're saying it could get worse, I'd just play. I mean, you're up 2-1. Sorry, 2-love against the world number 1. I mean, you just risk it, don't you? Sinner's sitting there just making sure he's okay. This is devastating for Dimmy. They're gonna play on. He's gonna play on. He's gonna try. Play lefty. Come on. He's gonna leave the court, I think, and he's gonna get some treatment off the court. But fuck, this sucks. This is so stupid. Sinner looks very serious. Like he just somehow dodged one of the biggest bullets he could have. This sucks for Dimmy. This sucks. Like, just hit a serve. He just hit a serve and bang. Freak accident. Like, not even an accident. Like nothing. It was nothing. It's like an Achilles injury. You know when, like, the basketball players, they just kind of take a step like they do every single day? They step and they just collapse? That's what that was. Like, Dimitrov hit a serve like he does every single day, hundreds of times a day. He hit a serve and his pec went, that's enough. Like, that is so... Like, he didn't fall. He didn't, like just a routine serve. Yeah, he hit a serve, and then he went to hit a volley, and again, he just grabbed his pec. It was just the serve. Yeah, he did on the serve, you can tell. He did on the serve, and then he went, no. He just hit a serve. He just hit a serve. Like, he just hit a serve. Unavoidable. Yeah, the first point he hit a serve and then the volley off the ground. So maybe like the volley kind of started it. And then like the serve just kind of did the last damage, maybe. I don't know. It looked like maybe he did a serve, like the serve and volley. But the volley wasn't that awkward, but it was kind of a little bit like straightforward. So maybe maybe the volley was the first thing, and then the next point when he served, it was that. It was like the next thing. He's not playing. He's done. Dimmy's done. Holy shit. Sinner avoids a disaster. That is so heartbreaking for Dimmy. Dimmy says, I'm done. That sucks so bad. Jannik Sinner avoids disaster, but, oh man, Dimitrov in tears. He can't even lift his arm to shake hands. That is so shit. I mean, look, to happen to Dimitrov as well, that is one of the most devastating. But that kind of, it wasn't as horrific as the Zverev injury at the French, but it feels like that was as painful. That's one of the most unlucky injuries. One of the most unlucky injuries you'll ever see. Like he's gone from 2 sets to love up against Jannik Sinner, the number one in the world, to hitting a serve and ripping his pec or injuring his pec. That is so cruel. And like I mentioned, he had to pull out of the Australian Open and the French Open with injury. He retired during those matches too. So now it's 3 tournaments in a row, but this is like something completely different. Sinner versus Shelton, but I mean, who cares at the moment about that? We're more about Dimmy. That is shit. That is so shit. Yeah, Sinner's kind of going to do a speech. I mean, they're going to ask him a bunch of questions and he's going to be like, well, what do you want from me? Sinner, I mean, I wouldn't say, like, it's not like lucky Sinner, right? Because Sinner's still got his own problems, but that is so brutal. How sad. For Dimitrov, how sad. Yeah, Sinner's like, what am I going to say? So cruel. So cruel. The cruelest ending to a match I've ever seen? Yep. Yeah, Sinner's emotional too. I mean, yeah. Because he cares, he cares about Dimmy. Everyone does. I mean, Dimmy has 0 haters. Everybody loves Dimitrov. And he's already had enough injuries in the last year. And then this happens. It's just... not fair. So not fair. Why is there nasty comments about Sinner? Yeah, anyone talking about Jannik Sinner in a bad way is stupid. All right, I'm putting the members back on because people are just saying stupid things. Like Sinner should have retired and given Dimitrov the win. What are you talking about? Yeah. Sinner should have... What do you mean? All right. The people are just getting stupid. Dimitrov retired due to a pectoral injury. So sad. And now Sinner's going to play Shelton. But doesn't feels anticlimactic. I don't know. If you are leaving, don't forget to sub or whatever. I was so happy Dimitrov had been healthy. Yeah, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Crazy how 10 minutes ago we're talking about whether or not the match would finish today. Yeah, I know, right? We're talking about what happens if it goes to 5th. It literally was just a serve. He hit a serve, and it just went, and he couldn't do anything. That was just one of the unluckiest injuries you'll ever see. Had nothing to do with he didn't trip over. He didn't land on he didn't fall. He didn't he just hit a serve. It's like one of the most random injuries ever. Poor Dimmy, just in tears. Oh, man. Especially considering that he had to retire the last 2 slams as well. And he's had injuries in the last 12 months. He got back in the top 10, I think, like 18 months ago. And then the last year, it's just been... Especially that, like, this situation too. Like, he's up 2 sets of love. So cruel. So mean. So harsh. He was playing great. He was playing great, you know. He was coming to the net. He was being a bully. I mean, I tell you what he did do is he gave a bit of a blueprint for some of the players going forward how to maybe play Sinner. So he's probably done Shelton and Djokovic a favor. Maybe Alcaraz in the final if he needs. I mean, he doesn't need a blueprint, but he might have given some of the guys in the next couple of rounds a blueprint on how to compete against Sinner on grass. If they needed it, so, but he deserved the victory the way that he was playing, you know. Yeah, just a cruel ending to the day. Yep, 5 consecutive retirements at Grand Slams for Dimmy. 5 in a row. I thought it was only this year. Shelton will now get a walkover into the semis. No, Sinner will play. Sinner's got 48 hours to get ready. Man, that just bums you out. Shelton was playing a lot at the net today. Yeah, I mean he could do some damage against Sinner. 5 in a row going back to Wimbledon last year. Really? Ouch. So yeah, the last 12 months injuries have just been so cruel to Dimitrov, and this one was the worst. Maybe the worst long term, and also like the worst timing. Right? You get injured in the first couple of rounds. Unfortunate, but when you're up 2 sets to love against the best player on the planet, this is the worst of the bunch. This is the most devastating of the bunch. And it might be the one that he has to recover the longest for, right? It might take him the longest to get back. We were robbed of a great match, yeah. We were robbed, but again, just, that sucks. Sucks. It just sucks. It sucks. Freak accident. How many more times does he want to do this? I mean, yeah, hopefully he does fight. He does come back. You know, I hope it's not like, you know, one too many, but brutal. Did Sinner even earn this quarterfinal? It doesn't matter. He's there. Doesn't matter if he earns it or if he got a gift. It doesn't matter. He's in the quarters. And he's playing Shelton, so I don't know what everyone's going to say when we watch that match. He doesn't deserve to be here. Oh, Sinner was lucky. Yeah, okay, we get it. But he can't help it. What's he going to do? He's going to just I'm not going to play the quarterfinal out of respect for Dimitrov. It's like, why would he do that? Tennis is not a team sport. It's an individual sport. Why would Sinner do that? Unless Sinner has his own problem, you know? When does Dimmy get a break? I mean, yeah, this has been such a rough 12 months. Yeah, it wasn't Sinner's fault. I mean, Sinner didn't even hit a shot. It was a serve that Dimitrov hit. He served an ace, and his pec fell apart. Like, it wasn't even his. It wasn't even on Sinner's. Sinner didn't even hit the ball to him. Sinner didn't even get a ball back. It was literally on his serve, you know. This is unfortunate, but retiring due to cramps while ahead is not uncommon. I'm sorry. Are we talking about Dimitrov or are you talking about someone else? What do you mean? What do you mean retiring to cramps? Hello? Okay, you obviously were watching something else because that was not what happened. Sinner gets a lot of persecution. Yeah, and he will, and that sucks because, it's not his fault. I don't think we're going to see Dimitrov around the top of the game for much longer. I hope he plays. He pulled his muscle in his chest. Yeah. To the point where, if it was cramp, he would have played on. He wasn't cramping. He got a chest injury. Exactly. Again, I don't think that guy knew what was going on. How are you... Crazy. Does this need surgery? Well, it depends. If he's torn his pectoral, he might need surgery, but we don't know what the extent is yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. But obviously bad enough that he couldn't do anything with, the arm was just gone, right? He couldn't do anything. He couldn't lift his arm or anything. So it's obviously bad. Yeah, nobody retires at 2 sets to love up unless it's super injury. Yeah, unless it's super bad. Does this mean Sinner won in straight sets? It doesn't matter. If he won, it doesn't matter how he won. It doesn't matter. He won. It doesn't matter. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Why would it matter? It doesn't. I think he just wins by retirement. Who cares if it's... He just won. That's all that matters. It counted as a retirement, yeah. Unless you're talking about some you're talking about some fantasy shit. What are you talking about? Some fantasy tennis shit? Come on, it's more serious than that. Do you think Sinner can beat Shelton with that elbow? I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen over the next couple of days. We'll see. Now, Chad, I don't know what we're going to do. That's it, and that's the end of the day. Quarterfinals start tomorrow. Such an anticlimactic end to the day. I don't know what we do. What a sad way to wrap up the day, yeah. So now we've got the quarterfinals, I guess. The lineup is complete. It's Sinner versus Shelton. It's Caboli versus Djokovic. Fritz versus Hashanov and Alcaraz versus Norrie. On the women's side, we've got Swiatek versus Samsonova, Bencic versus Andreeva, Anisimova Pavlyuchenkova, and Sabalenka Sigmund. We'll watch everything from now on. Double headers tomorrow. Yeah. Double headers tomorrow. We'll have to do that because Wimbledon decide to spread out the matches to save the courts. But it is just a pain in the ass. I wish they did 3 matches on one court and 1 on the other, but that's not how they work. They do 2 and 2 just to save the court. They could have staggered them a bit better though, couldn't they? Start 1 at 11 and then, at least we could have 3 matches or whatever. Wimbledon do Wimbledon. They've been doing it for years. Yeah, we'll do double headers. I hate doing double headers. Double headers are so, I'm just over it. I'm over doing double headers. Now I'm in a shitty mood because of this. I'm sick of doing double headers. I just want to watch one match at a time, focus on one thing at a time, but this stupid schedule, bloody schedule just shits me. What happened? Hey, what's going on, Ange? Dimitrov hit a serve and ripped his pectoral, or did something happened to his chest and he had to retire. Sinner seemed like his elbow was causing trouble. Yeah, it was from the start because he fell over. Now Sinner's got to play Shelton, which is not going to be easy. Yeah. All right. Such a good job calling the double headers, though, Cam. Sorry, they are such a pain in the ass for you. Yeah, because I just like to focus on the one match at a time. But Wimbledon don't allow me to do that. They decide to make it difficult. And we can't really avoid any of the matches because, like, if there was a match tomorrow that I was like, who cares about that match? We wouldn't watch it. But unfortunately, all the matches are important. So there's no like, we won't watch that. By the way, one of Djokovic or Sinner is playing on court 1. So Djokovic and Sinner, one of them's not playing center court, which is going to be so weird. Why don't you focus on the marquee matchups? Because, again, now that Djokovic and Sinner are through, Djokovic and Sinner are going to be playing at the same time. One on court 1, which I'm going to guess that probably Djokovic will get court 1 and Sinner will get center court, I guess. But see, how stupid's that, right? What a dumb schedule that is, right? And tomorrow, I mean, Fritz being on court 2, not court 1 is not crazy. And then Alcaraz, Norrie on center court. But I mean, still, it's kind of silly that, again, I don't know why the quarterfinals are. I think it's just late. I think it's just such a bad excuse to be like, we just don't want the grass. It's like, no, you don't. You just want to sell 2 stadiums of tickets. Just say that. It's fine. Don't have to pretend like it's the grass that you're worried about. I mean, the grass was broken when Zverev was serving on day 2. You know, Zverev ripped the grass apart with his toe. I mean, it's been stuffed since the start. Just play 3 matches on center court and 1 on court 1, and then a bunch of doubles. Just put the least exciting match of the quarterfinals on the court 1 and 3 matches on center court. Keep it consistent. And then we won't have to choose. Or won't have to watch everything at the same time like we have to tomorrow. But we'll watch it. We'll watch it. We will watch it. I'm just in a shitty mood because of Dimitrov. I'm just in a shitty mood because of Dimitrov. It's got nothing to do with Wimbledon. Do that every time. We're used to it. We shouldn't be. I'm not crying about it anymore. I just wish this match was still going. Yeah, Federer looked horrified. Yeah, Federer was horrified. I mean, he ran like he was not there, and then he came back. You know, he was standing there like, what the hell's going? Like Federer was shocked. You know. Get some food and some sleep. Yeah. Oh, what a shit way to finish the day. Ah! So stupid. Cruel. Djokovic, 7-time champion. Winner will be on center court. Sinner started on court 1 at the beginning. Yeah, maybe Djokovic gets to center court. Well, what's the other? So Djokovic versus I don't even know anymore. What is it? Djokovic versus Kaboli. Nah. Sinner Shelton's going to get center court. Kaboli Djokovic is not as high ranked. You're going to put a top 10 clash on court 1? No. It'll be Sinner versus Shelton will be center court. It has to be. Djokovic Kaboli won't be center court. Like, come on, really? Number 6 versus number 22? What do you mean? Start early and put all 4 on. Yeah, but they're worried about ruining the courts. So that's why they don't put 4 on matches on at the same time. What they could do is they could start court 1 a little early, but yeah. Or you put 2 women's matches and a men's match on center court, right? And then 1 men's match on court 1. But whatever. It is what it is. We'll deal with the schedule. It happens every year. They put 2 and 2 and they put it at the same time. It happens every year. It happens every year. And everyone's going to cry. Everyone's going to talk about it when it happens in a couple of days. Trust me. When Sinner and Djokovic are playing at the same time, watch everybody say, why do they do this? Every year it happens. Why do they do this every year? It'll be mentioned. It'll be talked about again and again. Sinner, Shelton, center court, yeah, has to be. How about the grass on center court from court 1? Different. How different is it? I don't know. All right. I'm out of here. What a shit day to end like this. What a bummer. You just feel so sad for Dimitrov. And we were robbed. We were having such a good time. It was such a good match. It was turning out to be like match of the tournament. It was so much going on. And then, disaster. But hopefully Dimmy's okay. Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just a rest and recover for him. You know, he's not spring chicken, so you hope that it's nothing serious. Sinner gets to the quarterfinals, though. I mean, that's great. Sinner gets through. I mean, that was the biggest dodge bullet he's had. Luck, if you want to say luck or unluckiness for Dimitrov, I guess, more appropriate. But Sinner's playing Shelton, so we'll be watching that in a couple of days, and we'll see how he pulls up after he wasn't 100% today either. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'll see you tomorrow. Quarterfinals day. Sinner wins in devastating fashion. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.